Hello, everyone. Another episode of Successful Alumni of Webberz. Kartik Sharma is the new candidate. Kartik, our audience wants to know about you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kartik Sharma. I was born in Amritsar. So it's been 10 years I'm living in Auckland, New Zealand. It's been a great journey and I'm totally enjoying from the starting till now.
Okay, Kartik, you started your journey with Webberz as a student. What year was that in? I'm not very...
I think I have started my journey with the Webberz as a student to start with in 2012, just after finishing my 12th.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I was thinking which country to go to. So I started working with the Webberz.
So you had one rejection of visa as well.
Yes, that was from Canada.
So do you think it was a good decision not going to Canada and going to New Zealand?
Initially, yes, I think so now. But at that time, obviously, when the first rejection comes, first ever rejection in your life,
True.
and that too with your stepping stone, actually. So I think at that time it was like, okay, I got hurt. But once I landed in New Zealand, so then I never thought about what
You never
rejection
thought.
was that and why it was.
Now you are very well settled in New Zealand.
Yes, sir.
And it's been almost 10 years you are there.
It's more than 10 years now. I have completed my 10 years in September, on 20th of September last year.
So are you married?
No, sir. I'm still single.
You're still single, all right. Okay, so you have been single for the last so many years, secluded, absolutely, staying in New Zealand in the time of COVID also. So did you think it affected you mentally?
Oh, yes, it's been a real roller coaster. Honestly, the life before COVID was totally different. The life during the COVID lockdowns were different, and the life now is totally different. So, three stages of the life which had been different, worse, and then totally changed
Which was the worst part?
during the lockdown.
Really?
Yes, because especially uh, that was very new for everybody in this world, actually.
Yeah.
Lockdowns after one another, and then to living overseas with the rules of the country itself, whether to go out or not, what norms to follow, and all these things definitely affected the mental health.
Did you ever feel insane or going out of track?
Yes, at times, yes, when I'm lonely and I don't know how to improve myself, especially and how to balance my life on job and off job. So these are the most common things, especially a mental health of a man like me living alone in New Zealand, away from the family. So yes,
Do you think it affects almost all the students?
mental health is definitely a big stigma in South Asian countries because the children are not open up to their parents to that content.
Read.
And when they want to talk about that, their parents somehow stop them. They
Right.
say, oh, there is nothing like mental health. It's just like you follow your career. Sometimes you follow the thing which they are good at. But the thing is, they want to talk more deeply. Sometimes they don't want to talk. They just want somebody to listen. That's it,
Right.
which is a big stigma in South Asian countries. So yes,
If I'm not wrong, you lost your dad.
yes, it's been 3 years.
And what actually happened?
He was actually suffering from lungs disease from a very long time, actually. I think 2016 and 17 probably. So it was a slow rise in his disease. And definitely, nobody wants to lose any of the parent that too early without, looking at the success of the children. Nobody wants to go.
Very true.
So yeah, that was totally not shocked, you can say, but somehow I felt bad as well because I lost my father before I'm reaching to the point of my success.
Right. So do you think that you were already depressed, being isolated? COVID was at that time, and you lost your dad. Did it compound the mental stress and the trauma?
Yes, exactly, because mental issues were already going on with me here. Um, if you talk about mental health, yes, definitely COVID came and everything was closed. We didn't know how to do. We were just myself only bound in the room only.
Right. Absolutely. Everybody was bound in the room. But another
Yeah.
factor of sadness, which was, accruing in you, was dad's health.
Yes, obviously, because I wasn't able to go to Amritsar to see him, to do his last rites and all. And it was kind of a double effect on my health
Do you feel incomplete?
at times, yes.
So how did you recover?
I do music. I do sing.
You
In
sing.
this way, yes, I do. I'm a beginner singer. I'm taking classes of Indian classical music under the professional here. It's been 3 years now. Ever since I lost my father, I have started myself putting more into music. And in this way, I have started following my passion as well, which is of singing,
Is that an escape route?
kind of.
So that means you're not fully recovered yet.
No, I'm still in a process actually. I think mental health is something once you dwell in it, you can never come out. It will haunt you at times. One or the other day, you will feel lonely. But if you know how to recover it, whether to keep yourself busy in reading books or gardening or music or anything you are good
Any
at,
passion,
other than
anything.
your job, job is just basically you're making money. But what you are doing with yourself off hours is matters a lot.
Did you talk to your family about it, your nears and dears, your sister, your mother?
Initially, I was having the same issue, a big stigma. Okay, how to talk with them, how to start talking about the mental health. But somehow I started. And luckily, I was fortunate enough, they never judged me. They had been listening me as long as they wanted to. So I think I was lucky enough that I started talking about the mental health. And in this way, I can counsel them as well if they want to talk. If my mother is feeling lonely, she can talk to me. So we have now that much understanding. So, and we can, break the stereotyping with the other parents as well to listen to your children without judgment so that they can tell you every bits and pieces later on.
Karthik, when you were deep into sadness, did you ever think about quitting life?
No, but I thought that leave everything and let's go back, reverse migration.
So you wanted to leave the country and go back to India.
I wanted to at that time when I was in a deep mental state of my mind wasn't good enough.
So I
So
guess you
at that time,
also. You visited India as well.
so I visited after when some norms have become little better, when the restrictions were eased out, then I visited.
So did you change your mind after visiting India?
Uh, yes, because see, the reason was at that time, I was able to talk with my mother face to face. There's a difference between talking on the video calls and talking in a person.
Agreed.
So at that time, I mean, if a person is sitting in front of you and you can talk to them, whether it can be a friend or your partner or anything, anybody, if they are listening to you and you are just venting out, I think you are 50% all right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You need a good listener. Basically, you need a good listener.
You need a good listener. And even after that, they have nothing to, guide you. It does not matter. You listen it, you feel it, and let it go. And by the time you walk out of the room, you will be feeling totally good.
So do you think you have become more mature after these series of events which has happened in your life?
Yes, 100%. I still remember when I first landed in New Zealand, on the day of my landing, I lost my baggage and it had currency and my clothes and all. I think my journey was started from that day only. So it was a little test of, okay, whether you can handle this much pressure and all, because I did not know anything about the country where I was spending my rest of my life.
So you
I
lost
have
all the
never
currency.
visited. Yeah,
And how did you recover?
because then later on somebody told me, oh, you go to this lost baggage counter and they will track your baggage with the
Did they?
barcode.
Did they?
Yeah, yeah. I was coming from this XYZ Airlines and then they tracked and they said that they haven't boarded your baggage from the halt. I was
Oh,
like, as long as I'm getting my baggage, It's not as I'm fine. But I still remember I had to wear the same clothes for a week to go to the university and come back and wash it up. And I think the journey was started from that day only. I had nobody here. The country was absolutely new to me. And culture shock, if you talk about culture shock, it was not much
Why?
because I went to the uni next day. I see more people, Indians over there or South Asians, right? So I heard a lot about Canada at that time. Oh, we have the same community over there, but I've never heard about New Zealand because New Zealand was just in a blink of an eye. I got my visa and I landed there.
You landed there, right? So, Kartik, you were 18 when you left India, and now you're
Yes,
28.
sir.
Now you're
Yes,
20.
sir.
So, this journey,
I'm 30 now.
you're 30 now. It's been 12 years
It's been no, I left Amritsar at the age of 19.
at the age of 19. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so now you're 30.
Yes, sir.
And this journey of 11 years has matured you much more as compared to the people who were your peers when you were 19.
Yes, sir. Totally. 100%.
Do you ever meet them?
Yes, time to time, yes.
So, do you think they're Kaddish as compared to what you are?
Uh, I think I try to manage myself and dwell into that section because I don't want to change anybody. Um, I don't want to offend anybody by telling them, okay, you are wrong or I am right, or I am wrong or you are right. So I go with the flow.
What is your advice for the youngsters who just travel at the age of 18 or 19, settle in abroad, are unable to handle themselves? They cannot handle their mental issues. So, what do you advise to them?
Can I give two?
Sorry?
Can I give two advices than
Or
one?
you can give three.
Okay. So the people who are watching this and who really are overseas or who wants to go overseas, um, there is a drastic change in immigration. First of all, because people are more aware before moving overseas. A person who is moving overseas, I think the first advice is calculate your numbers, everything, not only your fee, not only your expenses, but your transport expense, your rents, your bills, your Wi-Fi, electricity. Talk to people who are there. If they can guide you better, calculate your numbers. First of all, that will solve a lot of issues. Think about the taxes. How much salary you will get if you are going on a student visa, say 20 hours a week, because every country has goods and bad. So second advice is if you are going to achieve something other than your job, I think you should take the time out. A lot of people say that, okay, I was busy at work all day, I had meetings and my schedule was really busy and all. I think if you're really into something, start your day with it. Like myself, I'm into music. If I know my meetings are already planned and it is going to be late night, I start my day with the music. So instead of waking up at 5 a.m., I wake up at 4 a.m. So start my day. In this way, I feel really relaxed. So don't say that you don't have a time. You have a time. That's why you are moving overseas.
So, do you have mood swings?
100%.
So, you get up one
Yes.
morning and you're feeling good, one morning you're feeling bad. So, does it happen?
Yes. It doesn't happen that
How
way.
do you, how do you cope up?
I cope up sometimes something disastrous, or you can say something really bad happened a night before I have planned the next day. So I woke up with a different thought process.
Right.
Okay, I planned like okay in the morning I'm gonna do my music anyhow. But something happened last night and I woke up with a totally different feeling. So I don't do it. I meditate. I pray. Before starting my day, either I go for a run or I meditate. I don't do my thing that time, but the most I can do is I pray. Whatever the God you follow, whatever the praise you do it. And that way, I'm sure some or the other way you will really feel relaxed.
That's a great advice. Absolutely great advice. So, you know how to reset your mechanism now.
I'm 100% not there, but I think I have given myself enough time and I'm 80% there. I mean, the passion I'm following is not an overnight success. It takes a lot of years to
Takes a lot of
reach at one stage.
absolutely.
But if a person don't start it, I don't think so. And the third advice is never afraid of taking the risks. Take it. It's all about the gamble. You don't have anything to lose. You will
Ab-
gain it.
Absolutely. Kartik, it was a total pleasure talking to you and wishing you all the best. And I'm looking forward to the second interview when you reach that 100%.
Thank you so much, sir. Good to see you.
All the
Have a
best.
good one.